Welcome to Jay Plays Indie Games. This is Grief. Grief is an interesting game. If you watch this channel for a long time, like from the beginning, you'll see I played a game called Everything Started to Fall, and this reminds me very much of that. I am a huge fan of games as art, and Grief falls into this category very well. And I think platformers set up like this, with this kind of art style, they actually do it very well. In any case, Grief is about a girl who is stricken by grief. Her mood constantly changes between strong optimism and harsh pessimism, and you use this dynamic to work your way through puzzles. And right now we are in pessimism. You can see the rain is very sad, and we're going to begin the game, and I will show you the changes that take place. You can see this first level here. It's going to load in, and you can see a teddy bear which provides comfort. And our goal on each level is to reach the door and to reach the teddy bear to gain comfort. Come on, you can't stay here forever. Listen, let's go get some ice cream, okay? Will that cheer you up? Or maybe we can go to the park. You can bring your teddy. So it's a young girl. Please cheer up, honey. It'll be okay. Stricken by some form of sadness. Okay, we'll play later. Don't worry. Everything's going to be fine. And you can see this door is far too far away, so we're going to leap down. And we can't make it. So we leap into the depths of despair. And that will come up here after the screen transition change. Denial. Jump high in the sunlight, crawl in the darkness. This is the beginning introduction of the mechanics of the game. When you are being pessimistic and sad, you can crawl like this. But when you're happy, you can jump quite high. You can see our jump height is like this right now. But if we walk over to the little shiny area, press the button, and suddenly everything's happy. You can jump quite high now. Here we go. And you can also note that platforms change depending on your mood as well. This creates quite a nice puzzle mechanic. A two worlds puzzle mechanic. It's not entirely unique. I believe Giana Sisters does a two worlds puzzle mechanic. It's between light and darkness as well. It's not an original thing, but it is beautiful. And it is reality as well. You'll find, people stricken with grief. I'm not going to do lecture about grief here, but people stricken with sadness will often fly between emotions rather quickly. People in harsh circumstances. Okay, and we are going to grab this teddy before we return to the sunlight, and you'll see another mechanic where typically we cycle. We cycle through various stages in the light and darkness. So if you fall in the bottom, typically we come right back out on top. And we can go back into the sunlight, and we can I believe from the sunlight here we can just go to the exit. No, we have to go back into darkness. Darkness all before the light, and switch over, crawl over here, and that created a platform which will allow us to reach the exit. I love games like this very much. The art style is very nice. Look at this girl walking. The puzzles, they're okay. I mean, puzzle games are puzzle games. You're always going to have puzzles. Some of them are harder than others. I haven't found this one to be extremely difficult, but to be fair, I haven't gotten all the way to the end. But yeah, the puzzles haven't been extraordinary anything, but I really like just the style of this game. And for something that's absolutely free, this is worth the time. You can see we're trapped here, and we have to go into grief and crawl to get where we need to go. Unfortunately, this took away the bridge to our happy door at the end, so we're gonna have to jump into the pits of despair, I suppose, before we can find sunshine. Before we do that, actually, we're gonna grab our teddy bear, because our teddy bear is another goal on each level. And it's not always the easiest thing to get to, but hasn't actually been too hard for me yet. But it's quite an interesting game, I must say. Alright, and going off the left here. And you can see I've gotten 8 of 20 teddies. This is actually a little mistake with the game. It's counting up from my last playthrough. There are actually 20 total levels. And where I stopped playing and gathering teddies is where it's picking up. So it's letting me gather teddies. So I'll get to 20 without actually getting to the end of the game because of this. But that's certainly not a turn off for me playing this. I'm playing it for the puzzles, not for some strange completionist idea. Alright. Off to the down here and off to the left again. And I'll play through quite a few stages just to show you guys the whole game, some of the ideas. There's actually more powers that you gain, as you progress through. The L button, I'm not sure what they do yet. The L button, when you are in sunshine, does this little glowy thing around you and you stand still for a moment and look around. I don't know what that's all about. And when you're in darkness, you become this cold, hard thing on the ground. I don't know what all that's about yet. Maybe we'll discover it in this. Probably not. I'm not going to show off so much of the game that you guys won't be able to play it for yourselves. So we're in sunlight. Best time to go get our teddy. But obviously, from looking at this, it is impossible to go ahead and reach that door and remain happy. We will have to lose our happiness to leave this level. I like being happy. It's a bit unfortunate that we can't stay that way. I like the aesthetic of daytime. The rain is depressing. Okay, so we need to fall so that we ensure we land on... Ooh, I can't fall. Can't fall through there because I can't crawl. So how are we going to do this? We're going to jump up here, jump over here, up. Yeah, nice platforming. Nothing too difficult. And see how the world changes when we fall into grief. Keep in mind the early puzzles. We don't have the difficulty of this game quite yet. Alright, how are we going to get over there? I suppose we can still jump a little bit when we're grief-stricken, so that's how we're going to have to do it. There's a pit of despair here that we don't want to fall into. Or maybe we do. We don't seem to have a choice. Okay, and we land over here. I guess when in grief you always have to fall into the pit of despair. Rather unfortunate. Our optimism, our happiness, kept us afloat before. There was a bridge all the way across, but that falls when you're in grief. Nothing so happy anymore. Alright, moving on to the next floor and I'll stop being depressing. So this is a heavily psychological game, obviously. Very mental game. I'm sure the puzzles actually get quite puzzling as time goes on. Alright. I can see a pretty clear path to our teddy. We might want to take that path now. Let's see, we can't. We're going to crawl through here. And fortunately, our grief does lead us to sunshine and happiness. I prefer to stay in sunshine. So much better, so much nicer. Now, just an FYI, and I'm going to do this intentionally to show off the mechanic of the game, it would appear that we can go ahead and reach that teddy right now. We can just run over there and be like, Teddy, Teddy, we're so happy to see you. This is not actually the case, because we're going to be trapped down here. And that is a mechanic of the game. You can get trapped in a level if you don't... if you're not careful, if you don't pay attention. So you press the R button real quick, and you start the level over. And we'll have to get Teddy some other way. And I already know the path to Teddy on this level. I believe this is one of the last levels I've actually done. But that's fine. I have full faith that this game is quite good. The art design is well done. The game design itself is well done. Movement's quite fluid. For a free game, this is... quite exceptional, actually. Which is why I'm putting it on my channel, because I like to show off the exceptional free games. It's been a while since I've run across one. It's been a while since I've reviewed any free games on this channel, because nothing struck me like this in a long time. Alright, and now we can go get our teddy without too much trouble. But it will cause a big cycle I'll have to grab the teddy, fall down, go around. That's fine. That's just how it is. We actually walk slower during Grief as well, if you've noticed. It's only a slight difference. But it's an interesting one nonetheless. Alright, so we grab Teddy. And we're going to fall down once again into the pits of despair. Getting our small bits of comfort are not enough. It's not enough. You constantly seem to have to fall into these pits of despair, which is quite sad. It's quite depressing, really. Alright, jump over here. Switch back to happy mode. I like being in happy mode. Happy mode is the mode that we like to be in. Alright, and we don't get to stay in happy mode for too long, but enjoy it while it's there. Jumping high, moving fast. Unfortunately, Grief always returns. Okay, moving off to the right. Jumping around. I'm going to put a link to the download for this game in the video description so you guys can play this yourselves. It's an awesome game. It really is. You'll want to experience it yourself. I'm not going to show off too awful much more of it just because you guys need to figure these puzzles out for yourself and look around and do these things. I'll maybe do one more level, one or two, and then head to the door over here and go on through. Let's see where this takes us. We're in despair still. It's quite sad. Anger. Confusion will change your outlook. Alright, so we're going into a new mechanic now. We can't jump up here, because no sunlight. But now we have these little confusion orbs. So the game changes even more. Definitely want that teddy over there if there's a way to get to it. But we need to change our outlook through confusion and anger. So, on this we press J. Nope. And it stays with us. Alright, that's interesting. It seems to be making us move even slower. It's fine. Okay. Well, we're gonna fall down and try to get that other ball of confusion as well and maybe combine the confusions? I don't know. Interesting puzzle mechanics. And falling down. Maybe I will confuse. What happens if I bring it here? Oh, it switches. It switches, okay. Excellent. Now we go into sunshine and joy and happiness, and there's more confusion up here. So you can see there's lots of cool mechanics to this game. Lots of them. And I don't want to show off anymore. I don't want to ruin anything. So, I'm going to grab this up. I'm going to finish this level, and that's going to be it. I'm not gonna go through all of it for you. I don't want to ruin the game for anyone. We're gonna, I guess, drop this off, or switch here, or press J. Whatever we have to do. Confusion doesn't seem to be changing my outlook here. I left it off. I've got it with me. There we go. Okay. And now sadness has come. How depressing. We could go all the way to the end. In fact, I'm not going to show off getting this idea. I'm just going to go to the end. So I'm going to switch to happiness mode. Grab this little ball of confusion. J. Jump up here. And I'm going to finish this game off, this level off. And that's going to be it for the review. That's going to be it for showing this off, because I want you guys to play this for yourself. It's free. I'll put a link in the description, and that'll be it. So we're going to go to this door. I'm not grabbing that teddy, like I said. I'm just going to see what's through here. I'll leave you with that, and I'll probably just give you a nice thanks for watching. Confusion will change. It's cool when they add new mechanics. Okay, and this is obviously a furtherance on the confusion mechanic to allow the puzzles to get more difficult. Alright guys, thanks for watching.